you can see, I've just done my brows off camera. If you want to see a tutorial on how I do my brows, there is one below. I'll see if I can link it. So I'm just going to prep my skin using my favourite Naturally Radiant cream. It's 2-in-1 moisturiser. So just put that through my skin. As you can see, my skin is no better. Still really spotty, which is not great, but we're just dealing with it. Right, so next I'm going to carve the brows using my favourite Conceal and Define, and I'm going to use the shade C6.5. It's a favourite of mine at the moment. This is not too light. I've been using ones that are quite bright, which I do like, but I'm just going to go for something a little bit more sort of on the warmer and darker side, just while I'm trying to keep my face a little bit more tanned, even though it's not today. So I'm going to just carve the brows out. And I'm using my Jessup's cream shader in 233. I really like it because it's really flat. It's really easy for applying concealer. I still stand by, this is one of my favourite makeup brush sets I brought. I've actually bought 3 sets now, so I've got 2 in my kit and then 1 I keep at home for myself. Because there's literally every style of brush that you need. And they're so affordable. So just pushing that all on my lid, keeping it really close to the eyebrow. And then patting it over the lid. And then remembering with the tail end just to pat it out to blend it, because you don't want any harsh lines when it comes to doing your shadow, because you will get that sort of distinctive like powdery look when you put your powder on. So really blend that corner out. Normally I'd use my P. Louise base, but it's just a little bit too light for me. And I'm waiting for the other shade to come back in stock, which is so annoying. Again, carving up the brow. This is really good as well if you've like still not confident with doing your brows. It's really good to be able to like tidy them up. If there's some areas that you sort of feel that you've sort of overdrawn a little bit too much, it's a really good way of tidying that line up. I like to go in over the top a little bit as well. It's just disgusting. So where the spot is there, I'm just going to push that on. Like I did with the brows, just pack it on. Because pushing it into the skin is better than moving it around the skin. Right. Once I've done that, I'm just going to set the concealer using my trusted Laura Mercier translucent powder and going in with my Real Techniques setting brush. I love this brush, it's so nice to set powder with, not only just on your lid or on your under eye as well if you don't want to use a beauty blender. New one I've got, it's the BH Cosmetics Hanging in Hawaii, and as you can see it is just so pretty. The shade, it smells really nice as well. So I'm going to go in first of all, I've got rid of the clear bit using this shade here in my Morphe Oh Boy palette, which is a 25D palette. I should really start learning to keep the plastic bits, but but when they're written on the palette, I think. So I'm going to use this as my transition shade, just take it into the crease, going backwards and forwards, using light motions. definitely liking the brown and warmer shades at the minute. I need to sort of change it up a little bit more, but when you've got something you like, you've got to sort of carry on and do it, haven't you, really? So really blending that through. Just using light motions, go backwards and forwards. Right, next I'm going to shade next to it, so it's a little bit darker. And doing the same thing again, just slowly deepening in that crease up. It's going a little bit higher this time. And backwards and forwards. Oh, it's getting warm in this bedroom. Again, I'm getting cramped. And then go back in with that first lighter shade, just to blend those two together. And in the corner I'm just going to slightly blow it out a little bit. Ooh, that could have been disastrous. Okay, once you're happy with that, I'm going to go in with my smaller Luxe Petite Crease brush, and I'm going to go in with this warm sort of brick brown shade here. Please excuse my nails, they're really disgusting at the minute. I need to decide what I want to do with them. I might treat myself and have them done, but they never last. So taking this really tightly into the crease, that you're putting hardly any product on. So I really want to build this up. Just focusing in that corner first. And taking it across. And then back in with our fluffy blending brush. Just blend those colours together. And then going back in with the darker shade and just doing it as like a repeat process until you're happy with how dark you've got that first sort of deeper darker shade. So I'll go in to get darker and darker in that corner, but just bringing it forward a little bit more each time. This is just my personal way that I like to do it, to do like a smoky. Smoky eye, you'll probably see by different makeup artists, they do it, everyone does it complete different ways, but this is just my way. I'm going to take from my Jaclyn Hill palette, shade here, it's a little bit warmer, same brush, a little Luxe Definer brush. And then just buff that into that corner. See how you're getting a really nice good blend through that. Now with a smaller, this is the Petite Eye Blender. I'm not going to use it as a blender, I use more of a smudger just because I like how packed it is. I'm going to go in with my BH Cosmetics palette in the colour Maui. This is a really nice ashy brown. It's really nice when you put it on top of a matte, a warmer tone, because it really deepens that sort of tone and gives it more depth to it. So I'm just literally going to press that into that corner and slightly along the bottom lash line. And then back in with my fluffy blending brush. Just blend that out. Right, I'm going to go back in, I think I keep moving this, and use my shade here in my Oh Boy palette. And this one I'm going to start really getting darker and blending. That across. And with your blending brush, even though I'm sort of going curved in, I'm using this just to slightly blow it out, just so that that blowout's really faded. I don't want it to be too harsh, so I'm not really wanting to do a cat eye. Once you're happy with that blend, I'm going to use my Makeup Revolution Pro Full Cover. I use this as a bit like the P. Louise base just to cut my lid, but I'm not going to be as I don't want, not that I'm not going to do a cut crease, I just want it more as a good way to lighten up that corner. So I've got a really nice smoky from light to dark look. Just want a flat brush. Don't even know what this one is. This is a matte. I don't know, it might be a MAC one, no? It's a flat synthetic brush anyway. I don't know what it is called. So, just starting in with a corner and patting that in. I'm going to take it sort of midway so I can do a slight blend on it once after. Taking it on the lid. Once I've done that, I'm going to use a cleaner brush and I'm just going to push on that edge just so there's no harsh line. So when you start doing that blend, you're not blending out a harsh line basically. It will make your life so much easier, and the same with this corner here. So you've already got some of that blend done. And then I'm going to go in using that same smaller brush in with the middle brown shade. Just slightly buff that out. Then using a flat brush, I'm going to go in with the tone Shaka. And just push this into the front. And with your big fluffy blending brush, just go over the crease. I'm actually getting a lighter shade and just go into the corner a little bit more. What should I use? What should I use? I might use this transition, like banana powder here. And lighten that up a little bit more. Right in the corner. Use my little eyelash curlers. I've actually been finding these so much easier to use actually than bigger ones. So I can curl the ones that are pretty much non-existent still. This was actually from Primark. It's PS Amplified Eyes. It's actually really, really nice mascara. I really like the wand on it. So I'm going to do mascara and then I'm going to do my wing. It's just the way I like to do it. I find it easy to do, well, on myself anyway. So using my really small detail liner, once again it's one of my favourite brushes, and using the Collection Gel Black Liner Pot. Don't know where my Maybelline one has gone. I think I actually threw it out because it dried up, which is so annoying when they dry up. So I don't really like using brow dip pomades because I find they dry out really, really, really quick. So keep it really tight to the lash line. And then again using my mascara just to break problem me working down here, I literally don't know where I put my stuff. I use it, put it down, and I'm like, where the hell have I put it? Got it. I'm then going to go on the waterline. This is like my favourite thing to do when I'm wearing lashes because it helps sort of mesh your lashes together and it looks more flawless. So using the same gel liner. I'm going to go off and do my lashes. Just could do off camera because of recently they've been taking me ages. I don't know whether it's because of my lashes are so weak and I find it hard to put them on. I don't know. I myself found it a nightmare. So I'm going to go off and do my lashes. I'll be back in 1 minute. Okay, so I've done my lashes. I've used the usual ones that I use. They have no number on them though. They're the Vivi's collection, the really natural ones. They're really nice and they're quite fluffy as well. They're quite good for like everyday wear, I think. They just add a little bit more length to them. So I'm going to go on my skin now, and because if I'm not very tanned, I'm going to be using a mixture between my 4W and 1N in the True Match collection. This is one of my favourite foundations. That is so lovely. It goes on so nice as well. So I'm going to use... I knew you should start barking at some point. My brush just to pop that on my skin. And then using my favourite foundation brush, I'm just going to push that in. Again, push it into the skin rather than move it. You will get much more of a flawless finish. By brushing it, you're just going to end up with a lot of brush marks. Whereas pushing it in, you're blending it in with your skin. And it gives such more of a nicer finish. So I kind of only go up to sort of this area because I'm going to be putting concealer under the eye anyway. So I don't overfill my under eye just because I don't want it to go too cakey. I don't understand how some people can wear just one shade of foundation. Like, even getting colour match, I still like to mix it with like another shade. Like, I don't think one shade that's been made manufacture is gonna suit just your skin type. I think it would probably take a good 2 foundations, maybe 3, to match, to make a perfect tone for your skin. Like, I don't think I've ever had one foundation that I just wear that one tone. I always mix. And just remember to buff into the neck. You don't want to be walking around with no foundation lines. That is ugly. I have got somewhere a really good like buffing brush. It's really small and it's almost like the brushes are so short, and it's really good for buffing, but I cannot find it for the life of me. I've got the worst feeling of throwing it away by accident. Right, once I've done that, I'm going to go in with my C 6.5 concealer again, what the same as I use on my eyes, and then go underneath and conceal my under eye, just taking it along the eye line, a little bit around my nose, my chin, a little bit on my forehead. And I'm also going to add a little bit of my Fit Me in shade 20 on my under eye, just because I don't want it to be too bright. This just sort of tones it down a little bit, just in that corner right here. I don't know whether I did it in my last video, but I have changed up my under eye way of doing my makeup. Sorry, I'm just gonna, oh my god. Oh my god. How did we cross our legs throughout school when we were younger without getting like the worst cramp? Oh my goodness. Shocking. So yeah, I'll use a really nice fluffy brush. Oh gosh. And I literally, same as my foundation, my under eye, use my fluffy brush just to push it all in. I just prefer the overall look I get from putting my concealer on with a fluffy brush. This won't be for everyone because I know a lot of people prefer using beauty blenders for their foundation. So normally if you're not a foundation brush kind of person, you won't like doing this either. I just prefer the more flawless finish you get. And I really like this brush. I have no idea where I got it from. I think it's a really cheap one, but because it's long bristles, it really pushes it in nicely. And you get quite an even blend from it. But like I normally do, push that one there. I always go back in with my foundation brush, and you can tell that I've blended my foundation into its life, that literally my brush is pretty much still clean. How much foundation I put on, that shows it's quite a good blending brush. So I just go between those sections and just push, so I'm not getting from, you know, a line from where my concealer's been. And then going in again. I feel like you can get closer to your eyelash line with a brush like this as well. And then the end of my nose. And then my forehead. Still with my brush, my sponge already. I'm just gonna look up and make sure I've really pushed all those wrinkles that I've got, the thousands of them that are under there. Try and, this is the worst bit, keep your eyes bright so you don't get bloody creases. And with my Laura Mercier, just go straight in and push all that in using my Morph beauty blender. Really pushing that in. And then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do cream contour today. I haven't cream contoured in ages. So my infallible concealer stick, well actually no, it's foundation stick in the shade 210. Just gonna pop it on my hand, just warming up the product. It goes a lot further that way. And then with my beauty blender, just push that into my beauty blender and then into my hairline. And then blend that out. You could do this with a sponge again if you want, a brush, sorry, if you want, but I prefer doing this bit with a sponge. It's all on personal preference. What you prefer to do, you do. What works for you, you do you, boo. Like Ellie Darby's catchphrase or whatever they call it. You do you, boo. And that is what I do. I just do me. And then I'm going to contour down the sides, remembering that temple area. I'm just going to leave that like that for a second. And then pushing it in again round here. And then with the other side, it's a little bit cleaner. So I go in and blend this out. So you can then push it up a little bit into the skin. Oh my god, I'm driving myself mad with my hair today. That's why I don't like wearing my hair down. It literally just drives me batty. And I'm aware that I keep putting this blooming mirror up by the camera. I'm sorry. My camera skills aren't the best. I'm not gonna make out they are, because they really aren't. I'm no camera woman. Do my under eye. So going in with my smaller brush, nothing else on it. I'm just gonna go and then using the medium brush to really buff that darker tone in. And then if you want, you can go with that Shahara lighter tone that you put in the corner and just fill in, just to brighten up. I'm not going to put any mascara on the bottom lash just yet because of, I always seem to get it all over myself. How, I don't know, but I do. Right, now going in with my Hoola bronzer brush, because it's my favourite all-time contour brush. Just deepening that contour out and then brushing it out. And what I do like to do is get my little brush into my Hoola bronzer and just top that contour up at the top. I don't really cream contour for everyday use. I just do it sort of if I'm going out, because I find when you put some powder contour over the top, as long as you don't go too heavy, it actually sets it into place. If you go too heavy, it can go a little bit cakey. That's why I leave it to set in first a little bit before I go in with powder. I'm then going to go in with the corner pointy side of my Morph sponge and just carve out where I've done my contour. Again, this would only be something I'd do if I'm going like properly out. It helps set it, it makes it more sharper, because it's more of a defined look. And then I'm going to be using my Ciate London Baked Blusher, sorry, in the shade Matchmaker. This is really pretty. It's a little bit of a highlighter as well. It comes like that, and it's really cute packaging as well. So I'm going to get my blusher brush with that. Brush up to the cheekbones. And then using a fluffy brush, just dust away. I don't leave it on too long because I don't want it to be too harsh. But it just gives it more of a chiseled, defined look. For my mascara from under eye, I'm going to use my MAC 3D Dimension. mascara. Liner. The bottom lashes. I'm going to set my face using Cherry Blossom. It's so nice. It smells amazing. And the packaging is really nice. And of course, I'm going to use my favourite highlighter, which is my Ofra Rodeo Drive, which the packaging now is filthy. All my makeup gets filthy. And then with my tapered highlighting brush, just push it in. Then just the high points, because of that blush, I had a bit of highlighter in it. I'm not going to go too over the top. I don't want to be too glowy with this look. And then a little bit on the nose. Cupid's bow. Then lips, I'm going to use my lip liner by Gerard's Cosmetics in the colour Nude, which is such a nice colour. These are probably the creamiest lip liners you'll ever use, and they go on like a dream. And then what lipstick today? So I'm going to use Faux by MAC. So there is my finished sort of smoky eye everyday look. You can still wear this on a night out, I'd say, but normally I'd go a little bit more extra on a night out. I'd definitely go for a shimmer. I won't go matte, but this is really good for if you've got a little bit of extra time. It's really soft and it is really easy to do. I probably just make it more complicated because I'm really crap at explaining things, but I try my hardest, I promise. I will try, I know I never do, leave a list of products that I've used below. If not, I'll be putting a picture on my Instagram, so just comment on anything that you want me to tell you what it is, and I'll comment back. So yeah, thanks again for coming to watch my YouTube channel. I know I probably sound or come across a little bit weird today. I've had a bit of a weird week. I don't know, not feeling me this week. So I did question whether to do a video to put up this week because I didn't want to come across quite vacant. But I hope I didn't. I hope I came across like me. I am going to be filming the video straight after this, and it's going to be what's in my kit bag, which is one that I've really wanted to film actually. It's one that I watch everyone's. I love seeing what people have got and what they use. It gives me ideas of trying something different, or people tell you what they've got and they don't like, so it's a really cool video to watch. So if you see that I'm looking exactly the same, that'll be why. But thank you for coming and watching my channel again. Like I said, please like and subscribe my videos. Like, it means so much and it would help me out so much. This is what I love doing. This is my little retreat, this is my little getaway, my hobby. So yeah, it means so much. I know the pain is that you have to sign up and all that stuff, so if you've not signed up, please sign up just to subscribe. And I'm going to try and carry on doing at least once a week. I'm going to start trying to up them to twice a week by doing one look, and maybe do something a little bit more on the side of maybe taking on to clients with me if they allow me to. But yeah, see you next week.